Hello, my name is Chris Sayoc. I'm the head of the Sayoc system. Sayoc is a family system. It's an all-blade, all-the-time system. And that means we use all-blade all the time. It's an energy-based system, so it can only be learned by progression with one other person. At first glance, Sayoc may seem very complicated, but in fact, it's very simple. You're trained through teaching formulas and learning formulas. Together, you'll be able to discover much of the Sayoc technology.
Sayoc is a feeder-based system. You often hear us use terms like feeder or receiver. What do we mean by that? Well, the feeder usually is the person with the blade in the drill. But feeder is more of a mentality. The aggressor, the one who takes control, initiates the action, that's the feeder. The receiver is the one who's basically the target and allows the feeder to learn. So most of your empty hand participants in a drill would be the receiver. Although if the receiver, empty hand, takes control of the drill and initiates the action, he would be a feeder. It's really the mentality, the aggressor's mentality. The feeder is the one who does all the learning because he's the one who can see the reflexive response of the receiver. As he sees that reflexive response, he can then formulate a correct response or a conditioned response to that reflex. So he always knows, he's always one step ahead of the receiver because he's the initiator. If we demonstrate how it works, Manny, can I use you for a second, please? If I free flow Manny, and I'll take the feeder's role, Manny will tap this blade, okay? Now, as a feeder, I'm now logging his reflexive responses or his conditioned responses to my attack. When I see his conditioned response, I now know where my entry is for the lethal entry. You'll notice that once I feed this, if I stop the drill right now, he knows no more than he did before. But as the feeder, I know my lethal entry. I could walk away before I show him that, and I would still learn something, he would learn nothing. That's why the feeder controls the learning. Vital template 3 of 9, right hand. External jugular, internal jugular, blue worm, abdominal aorta, perineum, brachial to mandible angle, femoral, heart, middle thyroid. Vital template 3 of 9, left hand. Partial blue worm to navel thrust. Internal jugular, external jugular. Reverse C. Behind the arm, kidney thrust. Abdominal aorta. Femoral. Downward slash. Arcing thrust to the heart to winding. 3 of 9, right and left hand with the right hand lead. External jugular, partial blue worm, navel thrust. Internal jugular, internal jugular. Blue worm, external jugular. Abdominal aorta, reverse C, perineum, behind the arm, kidney thrust. Brachial to mandible angle. Abdominal aorta, femoral, femoral, heart, downward slash. Middle thyroid, arcing thrust of the heart to winding thrust. Vital template 3 of 9, left and right with a left hand lead. Partial blue worm to navel thrust. External jugular, internal jugular, internal jugular. External jugular, blue worm, reverse C. Abdominal aorta, behind the arm, kidney thrust. Perineum, abdominal aorta, brachial to mandible angle. Femoral, femoral, downward slash. Heart, arcing to heart to winding. Middle thyroid. Vital template 3 of 9, right and left hand done simultaneously. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9.